left devastated after social services turned up whilst she was in labour to take her baby away.
Well, such shocking cases pose the question whether social services are, in some instances, too quick to act in removing children from their mothers. Here to answer just that, social worker Joanna Nicholas and agony aunt Denise Robertson. And welcome, both of you.
Welcome.
So how many children are you forcibly snatching?
It happens very, very, very rarely. And when it does happen, what we see when you actually see the facts,
it is often very different from how it's reported by parents. We heard in that story from yesterday, the Italian lady, and also from Kelly, who was here this morning. So you're talking about baby snatching, you're talking about forced cesareans. It seems medieval. It does, but unfortunately...
It's very often it's the way it's portrayed by some aspects of the media, and when you look at the reality, what we have to do is ultimately we have to protect children. And if somebody is unable to do that, if a parent is unable to do that, then our laws say that the state has to step in, and I need to be
really clear. Social workers don't have the power to do these things.
It's not the social workers. They go to the court and apply to the court for an order. The court will hear from all parties.
And then the court makes the decision.
Denise?
I can't really believe what I'm hearing. If it happens very rarely, why am I besieged by letters? Why do I have midwives approaching me in the street to tell me how much they resent people coming into the labour ward? In one instance, she said, before I had delivered the afterbirth. And I'm sorry, it is not happening rarely. Let me just read you this. A damning study by Professor Jane Ireland, a forensic psychologist, examined more than 127 expert witnesses' reports. She said they were poorly produced by clinicians who no longer practice but earn their living entirely as professional expert witnesses. And it goes on to say MPs are saying they write precisely what social workers want to read. You say people go to court. The court, the family courts, rubber stamp what social workers say. I think that a good social worker cannot be valued in rubies, but something is going wrong. Children are being routinely taken, and then you say the media hears from the parents. No, they don't, because the parents are gagged by an order from the court obtained by social services. People are screaming out about this. Something is going wrong, and it is, you can't forever hide behind the mantra of damned if we do and
damned if we don't. Okay, just a few facts there. First of all, the court is not rubber stamping what social workers want to do. I work in the courts. The court is a process whereby they'll listen to all the parties. The child will be represented. Very often, what the local authority wants to happen is thrown out by the court, because the court says it doesn't meet the threshold.
It happens extremely rarely that
children are removed in an emergency. In the past, it happened a lot more often, and then I'd like to think that people have learnt from that, because it's not the right way to do it unless you absolutely have to. It happens extremely rarely. And the thing about parents is that if you have your child taken away, it must be one of the worst things that could ever happen to you.
Come on, pack your tent up.
Don't have to touch your people. You're giving them an hour, haven't you?
Don't know who you think you are.
Morning, please pack your tent up.
Like they've said, no.
Right, it says I'm live. I think I'm live. It's not happening anymore. Media out, right? These people with the big followings, they're not people with big followings. They're not on our side. If I am getting censored and shadow banned and blocked, right, with a small following, how are these lot got all these hundreds of thousands then? Saying the stuff they are doing the things they are doing. Makes you think, guys, doesn't it? Anyways, get down to positive, shall we? Our website was absolutely bouncing all day. We've had so many likes on our group, it is incredible.
When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When the evening shadows and the stars appear and there is no one there to dry your tears, I could hold you for a million years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet.
Stop being quiet. You know, I'm not going to dig no one out because I know everyone's got their own reasons why they can't attend and whatever else. But a lot of people are fearful. I know they're fearful because I've got personal friends that are afraid to come out and stand there on the pavement.
You belong. I'd go hungry, I go black and blue. I go crawling down the avenue. No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. The storms are raging on the rolling sea and on the highway of regret. The winds of change are blowing wild and free. You ain't seen nothing like me yet. I could make you happy, make your dreams come true. Nothing that I wouldn't do. Go to the ends of the earth for you.
New Year's Eve in London. I was 15, he was 17 at the time. Just changing literally anywhere. He would go from one side of London to the next and to the next, to the next, to the next. So it was horrible for him. Well, he seemed to think it was normal.
These kind of supported homes could be on a street near you. Owners don't even have to register their existence, but they are one of the housing options ages in the care of their local authority who've reached 16. Other kids are either fostered or in children's homes, both of which are regulated. The police have told Newsnight the 16+ sector also needs regulation.
Anybody can set one of these homes up. They're often not much more than a house on a residential street,
with support staff keeping an eye on the teenagers. Now, the Children's Commissioner has joined those demanding the government tighten up the system.
It's a sector that needs to be regulated. I get calls with terrible examples of children who are saying they're being placed in accommodation without any kind of furniture apart from an old mattress. They're being taken there late at night. They have to share toilets with other residents that are over 18 and which can often be noisy and seemingly violent. And all of these are really unsuitable kind of environments for the most vulnerable children.
I will run, I will climb, I will soar. I'm undefeated, oh. Jumping out of my skin, pull the cord. Yeah, I believe it. Oh, the past is everything we were. Don't make us who we are. So I'll dream until I make it real, and all I see is stars. It's not until you fall that you fly. When your dreams come alive, you're unstoppable. Take a shot, chase the sun, find the beautiful. We will glow in the dark, turning dust to gold, and we'll dream impossible. And we'll dream impossible. I will chase, I will reach, I will fly until I'm breaking out my cage like a bird.
Nothing like me, I could make you happy, make you.
See, when you actually see the facts, it is often very different from how it's reported. See, when you actually see the facts, it is often very different from how it's reported. See, when you actually see the facts, it is often very different from how it's reported.
We see when you actually see the facts,
To make you feel
it is
my
often
love.
very different from how it's reported.
To make you